Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about how to invest into bonds with the Robinhood application. I don't know if all of you are familiar with bonds, but basically, I've been reading a lot of finance books, and so far, most of them can agree that bonds are usually a way better investment to make instead of stocks. Stocks can be a lot more risky and they can have greater returns, but it comes with a huge risk. So definitely bonds are a way safer investment. So I'm going to show you how you can actually invest in bonds with the Robinhood application. Also, I wanted to tell you all that I've read this book from Tony Robbins. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he has an investing book called Money Master the Game. 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom, and they talk about a portfolio from Ray Dalio. And what they basically said is that you should have at least more than 55% of your portfolio in bonds, and that's basically how you deal with a bad economy, because bonds are sort of like a contract that's a promised return. So yeah, so definitely that's a great option for all of you. I'm going to be talking about the different bonds you can invest in with Robinhood. First of all, I'm going to talk about intermediate bonds. These are bonds that last usually 5 to 10 years. And so these mutual funds invest in intermediate bonds and you'll get the returns of the intermediate bonds. So you can literally just search up intermediate bonds and you're going to get a lot of results. For example, right here you can see these are all types of intermediate bonds. For example, the first one is a specific type. It's a corporate bond. These are bonds that corporations make, such as companies like Facebook, Google. Sometimes they need money, so they create bonds so that people can invest their money, and then they promise a return for all the money that they were given. So basically, yeah, you can do your own technical analysis, but basically, as you can see, these are very good, safe stocks that you can invest in. Well, they're technically bonds, but yeah, basically. So this one's a Vanguard Intermediate Term Bond ETF. So yes, it's a very similar pattern. All the intermediate bonds are gonna have this sort of good pattern that you see here. Some are cheaper than others. Oh, this one's not. Doesn't seem like a good one, but yeah, and some might have a dividend too. Yeah, this looks like a good one, and you get a 2.66 dividend yield. Yeah, so that's basically what you do. There's also long-term bonds. These are more than 10 years. And there's also long-term corporate bonds. Usually long-term bonds are better because you're promised a better return than short-term bonds. And there's so many you can choose from. This is definitely a great way to balance out your portfolio. It's going to make it a lot safer, especially when the economy is not doing so well or when stocks are generally not performing as good of a return as you want. So other than intermediate and long-term bonds, you can also look for high-yield bonds. These are a specific type, and you're gonna see, for example, this one I own. It's a high-yield corporate bond, and it has a 5.16 dividend yield. And this one, 36, 5.93 return. I own that one as well. And I own this one, Core High Dividend ETF. Yeah. And there's also this one's, yeah, there we go. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Municipal Bonds. These are sort of like town bonds that the local government gives out, and these are pretty good. They're government-backed bonds. Yeah, as you can see, they offer really good returns, and they're a lot safer. So it's definitely a great way, a great method to approach when investing. Also, foreign bonds. Actually, I'm not sure if I'll find any foreign bonds. Um, yeah. So, and if you want corporate bonds, yeah. So just to repeat, you can look for intermediate bonds, long-term bonds, treasury bonds, corporate bonds, municipal bonds, high-yield bonds, foreign bonds. So you can use the search bar in Robinhood. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope I brought value to you all by letting you know of this cool feature. Um, Using Robinhood, you're not only limited to stocks, you can invest in many things such as bonds, and this is a much safer approach to diversifying your portfolio. Let me know if you have any questions and if you personally invest in bonds, and if you don't, which ones are you interested in investing in. Thank you all for watching, and feel free to subscribe